Hello and welcome to Ask a Fractional Q&A. I'm here today with Jillian Mittelmark, who is a fractional CFO, and David Bonfilio, a fractional sales leader. My name is Corey Hanscom. I am a fractional marketing and brand leader. Together, we formed a group called Ask a Fractional to build awareness of the value a fractional resource can bring to growing organizations. Today, we will be talking with Jillian, learning more about what she does and how she provides leadership in a fractional finance role. Jillian, it's great to have you here today. Let's start off with the first question. Can you explain what fractional CFO services are and how they differ from hiring a full-time CFO?
Sure, I would love to walk through that. So, as the name implies, fractional CFOs are CFOs that come into your organization and work on a fractional or a part-time basis. So this is different from hiring a full-time CFO because you're not making that full-time commitment of that full-time salary, someone that's going to be coming into the office every day. But other than that, a fractional CFO should function very similarly to how you expect that full-time CFO to interact with your business, meaning that they are going to be collaborating with you and your leadership team to understand what the business looks like, what all of the levers and all of the components of the business to get that deep understanding of the business. They are going to be working very closely with your leadership team and the rest of the staff as well to participate in leadership meetings, coordinate with your vendors on vendor relations, contract issues, et cetera. They're also going to be working with your investors or other parties, basically anything in your organization that needs that financial acumen. That fractional CFO should be able to step in and help support that function within your organization.
Hey, Jillian, what types of businesses would typically benefit the most from these kinds of fractional CFO services?
So, there's many different types of businesses that benefit from fractional CFO. What we focus on as an organization at ResolveWorks is working with organizations that are growing very quickly and they're becoming more exposed to situations where they need to make key strategic financial decisions or they're trying to analyze new opportunities. And they probably just don't have someone on their team quite yet that's able to help in those positions, or maybe the founder or one of the owners has been trying to navigate that landscape up until now, but they're getting to a point where they're needing someone else to come in and support that role within the organization. So that's typically the types of companies that we work with, those that are growing very quickly and they need that level of expertise, but they're not yet ready to make that full-time commitment.
What are some common financial challenges you see with your clients, and how does ResolveWorks address them?
Some of the common challenges I see, I would say that there's probably three at the top. So number one is cash management or cash flow. Since we typically tend to focus on companies that are growing very quickly, cash tends to be one of those things that, keeps people up at night, and it makes them very nervous if they don't understand what the cash is doing in their organization. So one of the first things that we do is put controls around cash. We put cash forecasting and cash management in place. On the heels of that, I would say one of the second highest priorities is just understanding the financial picture of the business. So they might have a great internal team like a bookkeeper and accountant on staff, but they're not getting that next level of financial analysis, such as understanding what their P&L looks like or what their balance sheet looks like, or understanding trends over time. That's the type of service that we can provide, or drilling down into profitability by a certain revenue channel or by a certain client, understanding what's beyond, like what's down a layer within the financials to give the business owners that information they need to be able to make decisions. And then the third thing is generally forward looking. So once we have kind of the financial house in order, making sure everything's functioning day to day, looking forward and say, what are we doing in the future? What are the opportunities out there? This comes in the form of forecasting. It comes in the form of preparing a strong budget and then monitoring against that budget, or even looking at new opportunities like what if scenarios, saying if we invested X amount of dollars in this type of opportunity, what would that look like for the organization? So those are the types of things that people generally come to us when they're looking for a fractional CFO for those top three things.
Obviously, any company has some sort of existing accounting capabilities. So, how do you integrate with that existing financial structure, and what does that collaboration really look like then?
Yeah, we love working with internal teams. So your internal accountants, your internal bookkeepers, controllers, if you have CPA that does tax, those are so critical to the success of a CFO, because everything, all of those things that they're touching day to day, it's very important to have a good, strong foundation of financial data in order for the CFO to be able to do their job correctly, in order to be able to get that good data to help provide the guidance or help guide decision making. So we work very collaboratively with internal teams, making sure that they understand the work that they're doing, helping them with procedures and process if those are lacking in the organization. And sometimes we do work with companies. As I said, we work with fast growing companies. So sometimes they don't even have an accounting staff yet. And if that happens to be the case, then our team can actually fill all levels of the organization, doing the basic bookkeeping, the accounting, controllership as well. But if the internal team already exists, we just layer in right on top of them, and then kind of look at the accounting function as a finance department working with that internal team to help support the overall goals of the organization.
Thank you so much, Jillian. We really appreciate learning more about you and how you support growing businesses from a fractional CFO role. If you've listened in today, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please add them below. If you are a fractional professional and would like to join the conversation, please reach out. Or if you are a business owner looking for fractional resources, please reach out to us as well. You can find us on the Ask a Fractional LinkedIn page. Thank you so much.